Hey, what's up? This is. Oh, well, damn, there goes my phone. Well, what's up? This is Dylan Cody of the Newist Records slash Carnage Incarnate slash the Newist slash Nobody Cares. I'm really bored. So, I was just watching this video. One of my friends posted uh, how he agrees with High Top Films' opinion on the new Spider Man, the MCU Spider Man. And I was watching his video, not High Tops, but Spectrum Reviews video, and I happen to agree for the most part. One thing he never mentioned in his video, so I don't think anybody's really mentioned this. The moment, and this is in the first 10 minutes of the movie, the moment that Spider-Man leaves his suit at home, even though it does end up back in his suitcase, the moment he leaves that suit at home, he has denied and thrown away the entire Great Responsibility narrative. The Great Responsibility narrative is gone. It's, okay. Peter hasn't really been showing the Great Responsibility narrative very much in the MCU. It seems more like shit. He's acting more like Saitama, like he's a hero for fun, or like Janos, like he's a hero to join the ranks. Not that he's a hero because it's his responsibility, because he has powers. Now he says something in Civil War that kind of ties to, yeah, if you can and you don't, it's your fault. So it kind of shows, yes, he's been taught the narrative. He's been taught the Great Responsibility narrative. But it seems more like he hasn't been showing that very much. Consider also that Civil War was not produced by Sony. So, like, Spider-Man's character in the MCU is really more controlled by Sony than the MCU themselves. So what they show in Infinity War and Civil War and Endgame is not necessarily the MCU Spider-Man. The MCU Spider-Man as a character is shown through Homecoming and Far From Home. Homecoming shows a decent enough character, and I didn't, expect him to be full on into the Great Responsibility thing because he's a 15-year-old in this version. But for him to just leave the suit at home, yeah, he's traumatized from the snap and everything that just happened, but he's Spider-Man. All of that shouldn't matter to him because he's Spider-Man. Yeah, it should have went through his head. I think he should have been like, do I really want to keep doing this? And maybe reluctantly, maybe even with a groan, he puts the suit in his suitcase. He might not even want to, but that would be even more powerful if he really doesn't want to, and he does it anyway. I'm not going to go into the whole movie because Spectrum Reviews does a really good job of that. I really just want to talk about the suit and the suitcase. So, yeah, this is my really blunt opinion on the MCU Spider-Man. He's a fraud. He's a fucking fraud. He's a fucking fraud. He is not Spider-Man. Now, I am not entirely fond of all the tech, but I kind of accepted it. I'm a little irritated, though, that the suit in the new movie has a whole new AI in it. It's like, first of all, it's irritating to half of us that you did this at all. Second of all, if you're gonna do this at all, you need to have the same one so there can be some kind of character in it. Like, otherwise, it's just a techno voice talking to Peter. I mean, Iron Man had Jarvis the whole time until Vision was created. And we grew a slight attachment to Jarvis. I mean, maybe you just didn't want to create another Jarvis. But too late. You created an AI for Spider-Man's suit. But that's not the point. That wasn't a bother in the first movie. But in the second movie, me watching, everything was a bother. Everything that was a bother bothered me more just because of the suit and the suitcase. I'm mad. And I agree with a lot of people. If Daredevil doesn't just show up in Spider-Man 3, or MCU Spider-Man 3, you know what I mean? If Daredevil doesn't show up, and they don't have some kind of connection, or even a fight or something, I'm just going to lose interest, because I don't have interest in the Spider-Man character they're providing. So they need to use the fact that that is Spider-Man and put him in the MCU, rather than him just show up for a battle and that be the thing, or him show up with one character, or there be little Easter eggs here and there. Like, you really need to get Spider-Man involved, because that's going to be where our interest comes from, because you've pretty much exhausted our interest. Now, I understand 20-year-olds and up, probably not really the target audience anymore, but at the same time we kind of are, because we're the ones who have a familiar attachment to Spider-Man. We're the ones who make people want to see Spider-Man in the first place. Like, come on. Just come on. Alright, I'm done. This video is about half the length of a Spectrum Reviews video. You should go watch that. It talks more about the whole movie of Far From Home. I'm just mad about the suit. I'm mad that he left the suit at home. I'm not even nearly as mad about the AI or any of that. I'm mad that he left the suit at home. You fucked up. I'm a little mad. Not that it matters, but I was bored, so I made this video. Peace out.